I smell Blizzcon news. I smell Smash Ultimate news. I smell Microsoft X018 news. I smell the newest episode of the NerdBacon podcast right here on this very channel, whether you're watching on Twitch or Mixer or if you're listening to us in audio form. This is the NerdBacon podcast brought to you by NerdBacon.com. I am editor-in-awesome Jeff R. Roth with NerdBacon.com.
And I am COO-in-awesome, The Watchman. How's it going, Jeff?
You know, first of all, big shout-out last week to Brad Feingold from OldSchoolGamerMagazine.com for stopping in while you two yuckleheads were off living life and, you know, doing things of great importance.
Adulting at Disney. Woo-hoo.
Well, let's first off, congratulations to Dave the Watchman and the lovely Laurentia. The Watchman is engaged. Congratulations, my friend.
Ah, thank you very much. She finally got me. She duped me with her feminine wiles and this thing called love. It was all a plot.
Yes, congratulations to the two of you.
Thank
you. Justin today is dealing with internet issues, so we might have him in, but probably not.
Our sincere thanks, as always, to MediaCom for always messing something up.
He's just using an excuse. So he's probably still drunk from the Boston Red Sox victory. So
yeah, that's awesome. Hey, thanks, Kiko Path.
Oh, hi, Kiko. Welcome into the chat. So, yes, we're here live at twitch.tv/nerdbacon, mixer.com/nerdbacon. We're on the NerdBacon YouTube channel. We're on Smashcast as well. Also, for your audio version, we're on Spotify, we're on Anchor, we're on Podbean, we're on Stitcher. Wherever you get your audio podcast, we're in your ear holes. Dave, my friend.
Yeah.
First of all, I missed you so much.
Hey, missed you too. I tried to watch just a little bit while I was running around Disney last week.
I was going to say, you were busy in a warmer part of the country.
Oh, my goodness. Dude, it is frigid up here right now.
It's so cold.
We're in Iowa, and it was like, okay, kind of normal fall weather. We were at the 70s, and then, okay, we're going to drop down to the 50s. And then I went to Florida, to Disney, for a week, and beautiful 70, 80-degree weather. Come back here, and it's like, all right, well, 40s. And then today's like, boom, 30s. Screw you. Butts to you.
Yeah, here comes the winter. It's winter is indeed coming, and it's frightening, actually.
No, it legit feels cold. And I saw I was posting the promo for the show here just a couple moments ago on Facebook, and I saw about Brad Feingold on Facebook saying he thought he saw snow outside at one of the local malls. So it's coming.
Gosh.
It is coming.
Meanwhile, Kiko down in Australia, I'm sure, is just dealing with the heat. Oh, God, it's so hot down here in Australia, guys. What are you talking about? Oh.
Yeah. Does it ever get cold in Australia? I don't think it does.
Never. Ever.
I imagine Australia is probably like this paradise.
Meanwhile, I'm being super conceited today. I'm drinking liquid out of a mug with my mug on it.
Yeah. That is awesome.
This is coming. This beard is coming back. It has to. It's November, first of all, so no shave November.
Well, you're about a third of the way through November. You got to get going, guy.
You know, I'm clenching my face really hard and hoping that it'll push the hair fall. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Huh? When is the Jefferoff? When are the Jefferoff boxers coming out?
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
You can put my face on your crotch.
Are you gonna be? Is your face going to be situated on the front, or is it going to be on the back?
I think the J will be right where the crotchal region should be.
Okay,
I think
that makes sense.
The winged J will be right there. That
makes sense.
I got a pair of SpongeBob ones, and like the nose. Never mind.
No. You need the J over the crotch, and then you know how there are boxers with like little hearts on them and everything. You need to replace the little hearts with a little Jeff Roth face logo. Just make it the same size all over the boxers, but then you get the J over the crotch. Just
for the game of the year stuff, we're gonna have a clothing item of the year, and it will be.
I did need to write that down.
It'll be that. Kiko's saying summer is here. Yeah,
waifu of the year will definitely come back for sure.
Also, people should check out NerdBacon.com. We just recently posted what I think is my favorite article we've ever done, a almost full team effort as far as our favorite game of the past 5 years. NerdBacon's 5 years old as of September. We were 5 years old. And a lot of us put together our favorite game of the past 5 years. I loved the collaborative efforts of our contributors. I think it was a fun article to be a part of.
That's right. We all pitched in and gave a little bit of a thought on one of our favorite games that has come out or that we've played during the past 5 years. It's really impacted us. I disagree with all the rest of yours. Mine, of course. No, just
I didn't
kidding.
know we needed pictures. My piece looks so bad because I didn't have any pictures in there. I forgot to put one in there, but oh well.
It's no Jefferoth J, I'll tell you that.
That's right.
I wonder if we should do like a 5-year anniversary, like a mega stream, and just have as many people on Skype. And there won't be an actual topic. It'll just be like ZB eating a pizza like in the old days.
Yeah, I was watching.
Yeah, I know, right? I would too.
His eating habits. Dave, where shall we start? We got some topics to get to. Where do you want to start, my friend?
Oh my goodness. Well, let's go ahead and start. What happened last week while I was gone? Smash roster.
Yes, so we got a big
Smash Direct.
We got a Smash Direct that not only featured the last big mode that will be in there with the Spirits mode, but we got the last chunk of we got the chunk of on-disc characters and the first of the DLC characters in the future with the Fighter Pass.
Final 2 roster entries was announced, plus a bonus.
Right, the Shadow character being Ken.
No, Ken's a real character.
Is he a real character?
He's a real character.
Okay.
So it was Ken was announced, and then who was the second one? It was the Germinator or whatever. It was that big wrestling Pokemon.
Yeah.
So there was that one, and then the bonus, if you pre-order the game, or actually if you buy the game within the first few months and register it on My Nintendo or whatever, then you get Piranha Plant as a character.
Let's talk about this, shall we?
Let's talk about it. While you're looking that up, so those were the 3 final roster additions that were announced. And then they announced, hey, guess what? We're going to do this thing called DLC. So they're going to release 5 characters throughout the course of Smash Ultimate's lifespan. And they did not announce who those characters were. They kind of said that they weren't very far along in development. Sakurai later tweeted that they finalized who those 5 characters are going to be and said, please don't request characters because we already know what we're doing.
It's done.
Just
it's
shut
done.
up. Bit. So that's coming. They said it might take a full year before all 5 of these are out. They said there's going to be a season pass, which is pretty standard stuff for fighting games now, unfortunately. But if you want to buy them piecemeal, it's like $6 per fighter, and you get like the fighter and a stage and stuff like that. So kind of what they did last time.
The last 2 fighters are Ken and Incineroar.
Thank you.
And that will
I
make
was thinking of Germinator. The hell?
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I guess. But the starting roster will be 74 characters, which is insane.
That is insane, dude. Stealth is all over Twitter like, this is the largest roster ever for any game, any fighting game for sure. This is like everyone else is going to have to compare their fighting game to this roster. Right. And I kind of agree. That's a big standard to set. 74?
It's huge, which makes me think it was the last Smash for quite some time. But anyway.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Ken isn't. I'm on GameSpot right now. Ken is an Echo Fighter of his Street Fighter rival Ryu.
Oh.
His default appearance is his Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo look, not the SF5 horrible look, but the good look. Attacks are similar. Ken is faster, a different shaped Hadouken, and uses 2 different final smashes. Incineroar is the final evolution of the fire starter Litten from Pokemon Sun/Moon.
Okay.
They briefly touched on the story mode called World of Light, which is kind of similar to a board game. This kind of reminds me of the Smash, was it Brawl that had that, was it the Wii one that had that board game thing? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Smash.
But
to the degree that I should be.
The big thing was the Spirits mode. Now, this mode will allow players to equip unique spirits, to enhance their chosen fighter. So a lot of Nintendo cameos
Right.
that you'll get, but not actually kind of in card form that you can use to buff your character as you progress on this story mode type thing.
Yeah, so you don't beat that character to acquire the spirit.
Right.
I'm not really clear on how you do acquire that spirit.
So each fighter can equip one primary spirit to increase specific stats. Support spirits can be assigned to primary ones to account for any weaknesses. Each spirit comes in one of 4 rarities: Novice, Advanced, Aces, and Legend, and are one of 3 types: Attack, Grab, and Shield. It's kind of that rock, paper, scissors thing.
Sure.
Now, as I was kind of going through this, I needed a wall under my tongue. This seems bloated. This seems too much. This is a mode that I'll probably dabble in when I first get it, but will not be the main way that I play Smash.
Well, I'm still not clear on how you're unlocking these spirits.
I think it's they're kind of in
story mode?
Card packs? I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I got to rewatch it, but there's if you beat the characters that are using, I guess that you're using character, like if you fight against Simon Belmont in the game, you might get the Richter Belmont, or you might get a different Belmont spirit.
Okay.
Like you'll get spirits that are associated with that character or that stage or something like that, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you use them to buff. I don't know. This seems way too complicated for me.
From what I understood, there was a big pro and a big con to me. The big pro first was that the spirits that can be equipped are not going to be limited to the named fighters and Echo fighters that are already like members of the roster. So
right.
The pro is that this is expanding their worlds to include characters that they may not have had time to actually create as an actual fighter, but they wanted to, get that essence in there. So like Dr. Wily, I believe, from Mega Man is one of the spirits. So right. It's a cool way to include him, that classic character from the Mega Man series. It's a really clever way to incorporate more characters like that into the game and really make this kind of an all-encompassing celebration of video games. That's cool. The thing that kind of rose a red flag with me with all the, let's equip this and it's going to buff your character. This is the gem system from Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
See, I
That's
think
what
that
this is.
But at the same time, I think this is replacing the assist trophies in a way too.
Okay.
Because the assist trophies are going to be gone. That's where you got all your cameos from, and that would change the course of the match during the actual match with physical interactions. You get the Excite Bike assist trophy, all of a sudden bikes come flying by.
Well, I thought
this will just kind of show off the cameos and just buff. Like, I got better defense now because I have this equipped. I have better attack now. I have better grab now because of this. So you can buff your character using these assist trophies / spirits.
So what you're saying is like the equip doesn't necessarily last for the duration of the match. It's just like a quick cameo, like kind of like Ridley was sort of. I don't want to say an assist, but it was just like an FU assist where Ridley would come up in the past and then like start blasting fire and laser beams everywhere. And if you got hit, you got hit.
I think the buff will take place only in the spirits mode. Huh. And I think once you go out of the spirit, you play online or whatever, it won't be affected by spirits mode. I think you're still going to be at your normal base character stats for online. You kind of have to at this point. But spirits is its own separate thing.
Huh. Interesting.
That's how I read it, and I think that's too much.
I don't know. It adds to the replayability of the game, and I think that's important.
Sure.
So,
but
I'd like to try it.
Oh, for sure. Like, mainly I'll play this online as long as the servers hold up, which last game did not hold up.
No, it
but
didn't.
If I'm paying $20 a month, it better. Or $20 a year, it better. Additional DLC, yes. So they promise more fighters, more stages, more musical tracks. Post-launch DLC, 5 packs scheduled. Each one will include 1 fighter, 1 stage, and a few tracks. Each will cost $6 or $25 for the whole season pass, basically.
Not bad.
The Fighter's Pass will also include an outfit based on Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for your Mii fighters. Piranha Plant is not a part of any of the 5 DLC packs. So eventually be sold as DLC. If you don't, LOL is free. So if you pre-order it, you get Piranha Plant for free. and then when it comes out, of course, you can pay some money to get Piranha Plant. This is dumb. I don't think. Okay, fine. I like that they're going dumb. Piranha Plant was not the answer I'm looking for. The answer in this pack, I'm guaranteeing Waluigi. He has to be in this in one of these packs. It has to be Waluigi.
I would imagine.
And he might be the last one too. It might be because of what everyone's been asking for years. Where's Waluigi? He might be the last one. The grand finale. Finally, here's Waluigi.
I think you're right. I think they have to include him at some point. I think the roster, like those final reveals, I felt were a little bit disappointing. I think it needed like one more big name, like big crossover name, just to kind of drive the point home.
Yeah, if they put out Diva, we would go nuts. If they put out Dante, if they put out Billy or Jimmy from Double Dragon, we would go nuts. Like that's what we wanted.
We've also heard so many crazy rumors for the past year about all these characters are coming. We've heard Steve from Minecraft, which I still think is happening.
Yeah.
We've heard rumors like Banjo and Kazooie would come in there.
Yeah.
We've all mused that, hey, there's a really good possibility maybe Crash and Spyro show up because we got both of those games heading to the Switch. Why not? But those never materialized. I even heard a rumor like Lara Croft was being considered. Which I would have been like, that's awesome. But it was a little bit disappointing that they didn't have like a final big crossover. Well, I guess I'll take that back. Ken is a big crossover. But the problem with Ken...
But it's just Ryu.
Exactly. The problem with Ken is he's just Ryu. And it just doesn't feel as special.
He's not a whole different character. He's just an Echo Fighter. Like, he's just a palette swap, basically.
Yeah.
So,
but with that being said, I mean, 74 fighters, like 5 million music tracks. It's a packed little cartridge. I don't know how they're packing all that into that.
This is insane. And then taking it on the go with you. That part is insane. Like, this is going to be the biggest Smash game ever and most likely the best one ever.
Do you think it's the last one for a while?
For quite some time, it kind of has to be, right? How
are they going to make it a proper Smash 5 or Smash 6, whatever you're going to want to call the next one?
Well, they're gonna have to put a revamped version on the Switch Pro, right? They're gonna have to, kind of, and maybe put a few more characters. I don't know.
Well, I don't think they need to put out a whole separate version. I think with the Switch S, it's going to upscale the current version.
Sure.
Hey, Cortana, how are you? We're doing great. Welcome.
Oh, is it Cortana?
It's Cortana. Welcome to NerdBacon's live weekly talk show, which has yet to be renamed. We need to launch that name.
Yeah, the guy doing our logos who was talking to me, like, say, hey, I haven't heard much back from you guys. I said, hey, it's fine. We're working some stuff out. So yeah, we have a new name coming up and a new logo and branding and stuff. So we just need to.
I thought I responded to him and said, yeah, let's see it, and I've never heard back from him. So if you want to reach out, I say
I'll see you tomorrow at work. So.
Oh right.
yeah.
Yeah, just tell him to send something our way.
For sure. But
so no scripting here. This is live broadcast.
This is live podcast. But yeah, I think this is the last Smash for quite some time. I think it kind of has to be. They're throwing all their eggs in the basket because you can't really get much bigger than this. And at some point you become oversaturated. You become too big.
Right.
This is, I think, it's pushing the limit with 74 at launch, and then you're gonna have 6 more, so you have 80 characters total plus Piranha Plant. Like.
I'm just happy we're going to be able to have a battle with Ryu versus Snake versus Cloud versus Bayonetta.
This is our like fantasy booking stuff.
It really is. These are my favorite characters.
Yeah. And it's great. Like I'm going to play a lot of this game, and I'm going to really like we got to play a few matches at Evo, and I think we all came away pretty positive.
It's fun.
I watched that video again of us in Vegas playing our games, and we all came away very positive on this, and it's something that I think we're all going to say day one we're all buying this.
I don't know if it's a day one because I'm just not a big Smash fan.
Right. It'd be good to have a big game on the Switch again. It's been a while since we had a AAA style game for the Switch. We had Splatoon, we had Octopath, we had Captain Toad, whatever. But I think this one will be the one that has the longevity of a Mario Kart, of a
Yeah.
Splatoon. It's gonna be that. It's that big. Nintendo is going all in on this game.
They really are, and deservedly so. It's going to be a
Sure.
great game.
Yeah.
The only thing that can hold this game back is will the online
Online.
play be
Yep.
good or
Yep.
not? And
Yep.
the online play for the Switch so far has been great. They really didn't change anything with Nintendo Online when they launched that. They just put a paywall up. So
Right.
like Mario Kart matches were always fantastic.
Yep.
Splatoon matches were always fantastic. Those are the
No
two games that I
problems.
was playing online. So I really don't see any reason why Smash should be any different. But who
I've had a
knows?
couple hiccups with tennis, but other than that,
Oh
really
yeah,
no big issues outside of Mario Tennis. A couple hitches with that, but
the
it,
tennis. You're right. The
Sm-
tennis beta was rough.
Smash is the ultimate. Pardon the pun. Smash is the ultimate test for the online service because it's not just a 1-to-1. It's not a one versus one like in tennis. It's
Oh
you
yeah.
have to. I mean, sure, it's more of Mario Kart. It's more of a Splatoon. You have to factor in everybody's internet, and it's a fast paced. It's a fighting game. It's a fast paced fighting game where split second decisions will make or break your match. And
Right.
so you're going to be putting the stress on this. This is the game that everyone with a Switch is going to buy and play online. This is this is the stress test.
Yep. Absolutely. I'm surprised we didn't see like an online beta for this game.
Yeah.
I
I, I
believe demo units are going up at Best Buys around the country right now, actually, so people can get in there and try it before it's out.
we should go and film it.
Let's do it.
I should really try. I've got the 3DS copy of Smash. I should really try and see how the servers are on that. Just a little check in just to see how those servers are because my Wii U went away when I got my Switch. But
Oh, I still have the Wii U version, so maybe I should fire that up.
yeah,
See as well.
just
I was gonna say, speaking of Smash, speaking of interesting Smash news,
yeah.
Zero, the world-renowned god of Smash Brothers 4, he retired back in January, and then just yesterday, he announced he is coming out of retirement. He's joined a new team, and he is ready to play Smash Ultimate. So I think that's pretty interesting that this game is drawing him back out, and I knew it would.
Oh yeah, yeah. Much like nobody dies in comic books, nobody retires in video games. Like they always come back for something.
And pro
They'll make an
wrestling.
appearance somewhere. And pro wrestling, exactly. But yeah, it's good that he's coming back. But how much of this is who's making him come back? Is it his decision to come out?
Yeah.
Is it a good game, or is it Nintendo saying, "Hey, we would like to have your face on this game. Look, you should probably get back out there just and help us out."
No, it's his decision to go back into competitive play. He really didn't need to because he has been taking his time in retirement to focus on making Smash videos and content and things like that. So
Mhm.
he's still been active and kind of just going a different route besides focusing entirely on competition. And he's been enjoying that, and I think the break has been really good for him. It seems
Yep.
like it has been. So he's been really active still within the Smash community. It's just he wasn't competing, and now he's like, "Nope, I'm coming back. I've been on the bench too long. Let's go."
Yeah, this game is very enticing to everybody, whether you're a competitive player or not. This game is just speaks to. Are you a Nintendo fan? Yes. Okay, you might like this game then.
Exactly.
So
Well, to me, the intriguing thing is, as we've been talking about, like even before Ultimate was announced, this game does feel like, we were always speculating, would this game be the bridge between Smash 4 and Smash Melee? And we got, just a little bit of hands-on time. Yep, it does seem that's the direction. It definitely leans more towards Smash 4, but it does feel like there is a good amount of Melee influence in
Right.
Smash Ultimate. So is this the game to finally topple the two Smash tournament system that we've had out there and bring all the Smash players into one community? Is this finally it? Are we
I
gonna
think that's the
see?
plan.
Are we gonna see Zero versus Hungrybox in grand finals of
No,
Evo?
but no, but I think that's the plan. That's Nintendo's marketing is, and Nintendo's plan is, hey, we're not supporting Melee anymore. Thank you for
Yeah,
playing our game. We have got to move on. And they have to have seen, whether it was crappy or not, the reaction to the Smash 4 Finals at Evo. Like, it was crappy being there and just seeing people just crap all over it. And I'm choosing my words very carefully here.
Oh yeah.
It was sad to see the community in that much of shambles. So Nintendo has to at least take notice of that and say, okay, we need to do something to right this ship. And I think that their plan is, we're not supporting Melee anymore. We know that 4 was not the best received because Bayonetta broke everything. So let's make a game that will appease both because we deem it so. I think part of it is we want this to happen, and part of it is we have to have this happen.
I agree. The question is, that community, as you know, is that community. So are we going to end up with a 3-tiered tournament system where it's, hey, anytime you have a major tournament, you have to have all 3 of these games here?
I think 4 will go before Melee does. I think the fans of Melee will push so hard that someone will go, okay, fine, whatever, just to shut them up. But I think of those 3 games, 4 is the one that will not be there. I think if it's going to be 2, it's Ultimate and Melee if they have to do 2. But they're leaning towards Ultimate being the game. That's what it's called, Ultimate.
It'll be very interesting to see how some of these tournaments go, and whether or not they're going to drop Melee.
Like we're not crapping on the Smash. We get accused often about being like, hating on Smash. We love Smash. The community can be a bunch of what. Like any gaming community, this community is very passionate, very vocal, and can turn sour in a heartbeat. And we just want this to be the game that makes everybody happy. We want Smash to thrive. And I think this is the game that can do it.
Well, speaking of thriving, let's move on to the next subject. All right. What's next? BlizzCon happened.
Yes.
Over the weekend.
Yes.
You follow BlizzCon a little bit more closely than I do. So all I know is that we had an announcement for like a remastered version of Warcraft 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. We had the new Overwatch character come out, Ashe.
Yes.
At least she's announced, and I think she's in the public
she's
beta
right now. Yep.
And then they announced Diablo for mobile. And the crowd went mild.
Yeah. So so blanket statement here. This BlizzCon keynote statement was was disappointing. I think the past couple of years have kind of been iffy as far as the keynote addresses or big announcements coming out. The very beginning here, so I've got Polygon's little timeline of what was announced. So Hearthstone has a new expansion coming out called Rastakhan's Rumble. I got that up here. December 4th is when this expansion will come out. This is the last expansion of the Year of the Raven. What they do is every year they have a wild section and a standard section for cards. Standard is the last 2 years of cards released, and wild is whatever you want goes. So now they have a new expansion, new cards, also a new keyword called Overkill, a new ability called Overkill. So Overkill will allow a weapon or a minion to attack more than once per turn if its previous attack destroys a minion by dealing an amount of damage to it as at least 1 point greater than the minion's health. So if I take a minion, I kill a minion by at least +1 over its health, I can attack again, which can be very,
very useful,
very powerful.
Yeah.
Yes. As someone who loves Hearthstone, and Kiko might still be in chat, it was her favorite game in the past 5 years. As a big Hearthstone fan myself, this could be very interesting. And that's coming out December 4th. A new single-player campaign mode, a bunch of new cards, as well as, of course, the new Overkill mechanic.
This one is coming out on Switch, right?
Hearthstone?
Yeah. Didn't they announce it for Switch?
I don't know.
I can't remember if they did with the last big direct or not.
I don't think they did, but I could be. I mean, it's on mobile. It's on. So this is coming to Android, iOS, Mac, and PC December 4th. So I'm assuming it's not on Switch just yet. But
maybe I dreamed it. It's possible.
I know we discussed it. How this makes perfect sense being on the Switch.
Oh yeah, Kiko Path says not coming on Switch. That's ridiculous. Hearthstone should be on Switch.
I assume it has to. I mean, Diablo 3 just came out on Switch, and it's been getting great reviews. So I assuming the Hearthstone would be a shoe-in to go on the Switch. Destiny 2 is free on PC until November 18th. So if you get it now, you can own it forever for free.
Is that Blizzard?
It's
Activision.
Activision Blizzard, yes.
Yeah.
If you have Battle.net, it's on Battle.net, and Destiny 2 is free until November 18th.
Wow.
And then you can keep it forever.
Wow.
World of Warcraft Classic, which is basically the original pre-Cataclysm, pre-everything. The original first run WoW Classic will launch this next summer. If you're a WoW subscriber, you get it for free. This will be basically if you want to see World of Warcraft as it was in 2004, here you go. Which excites me as somebody who played from the first expansion on. I am terrified because of all the quality of life improvements that have been made since the original launch, and I'm afraid for Barons.
Do you remember the time before World of Warcraft when people played a little thing called EverQuest?
Oh yeah, EverQuest, Evercrack. Yeah, I remember that.
Evercrack, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, and I think PlanetSide 1 was kind of a big deal back then as well.
Yeah.
Before WoW came out. And then WoW said, screw you, here we go.
It really did. WoW came out, and then EverQuest was gone within a few months, it felt like.
EverQuest 2 was still around. EverQuest 2 was still having servers up. People are still playing it.
Not many, though.
No. It's no. Heroes of the Storm got a new hero, and it's the first original character, Orphea. It's the first character born in the Nexus, not from another Blizzard game, specifically made for Heroes of the Storm. Let's see. Yes, Overwatch's new hero, the 29th hero of the game, is Ashe of the Deadlock Gang, and it's Ashe and her robot buddy Bob.
Ashe and Bob running through the plains. Ashe and Bob driving you insane.
So Elizabeth Caledonia Ashe, A-S-H-E is her name, a member of the Deadlock Gang, the former affiliate of McCree, and will add more to the DPS class. She's got a semi-automatic rifle firing quick shots. She has some dynamite. She has a coach gun that will blast enemies away from her, kind of a knockback. Also, her ultimate will summon Bob, her Omnic sidekick, who will charge forward and knock enemies into the air and lay down suppressing fire with his arm cannons.
Sweet.
Yeah,
God
she looks
dang,
dope.
I have not played that game in way too long.
I just wrapped up my Season 13 placement matches.
Wow.
Hashtag Forever Bronze. She is available right now in the public test region on PC, which usually means she'll be out in the full game in a couple weeks. Once they nerf her or buff her as they need to, they'll get her out to the main people in probably a couple weeks.
Seriously, one of the best. You still haven't played this game, Kiko Path. That's terrible. That is terrible. One of the best games of the generation.
In fact, it was somebody's on the staff's favorite game of the past 5 years.
I don't blame you. I was actually considering that for mine.
It was what is it great that all of us had a different game.
Yeah, we really did.
I love that. I had Overwatch.
Overwatch is so good, and I keep harping on this because I am not a shooter fan. I don't really like shooters, but I love Overwatch. I think it's just such a good, fun game. So anyway.
They did announce the names of the first 2 teams for Overwatch League Season 2. The 8 new teams. They announced the Atlanta Reign and the Toronto Defiant.
All right. Wow.
Are joining. So we have 6 more of the new teams that will start in February, or actually around Valentine's Day. We'll see Overwatch League Season 2 kick off.
Nothing says love like trying to blast another team.
Okay. Warcraft 3 Reforged is coming out next year. It is a HD remaster. They're doing a StarCraft remaster for Warcraft 3. This makes me very excited because I love the Warcraft RTS series, and I'm happy to see this one I think people wanted Warcraft 2 more so than anything else, but Warcraft 3 is just as good, and we'll be getting the HD remake with online capability and everything next year as well.
I'm a little worried that Blizzard is, it feels like they're focusing too much on remakes right now. Trend of the industry. Let's fast forward a little bit and get to the meat of BlizzCon, what the big controversy is.
Yep, that's next on the list here, Diablo Immortal. So they announced beforehand that they will be announcing Diablo stuff at BlizzCon. They announced it before BlizzCon because everyone thought Diablo 4.
And that made everybody's J region on their patented Jefferoth boxers go. What?
It went from lowercase to capital J.
Absolutely.
But they had... Stop breaking stuff over there, would you?
Wow. It's funny.
So violent over there. But they announced that we are working on... They had said we are working on several Diablo projects. And they even said, don't get your hopes up for BlizzCon. Except everyone did.
Oh, I didn't realize that they said don't get your hopes up.
They were trying their best to temper expectations, saying, hey, we're working on multiple Diablo projects. Don't freak out. Of course, everyone, as they would, freaked out. Diablo Immortal is a mobile Diablo game. And everyone lost their damn minds because they wanted Diablo 4. Blizzard has said as much as it's coming. Diablo 4 is going to happen.
Go on.
I will not play Diablo on this phone.
I won't play any game on my phone. I don't know why. I don't like the experience of playing a game on my phone. Call me old-fashioned, but I just don't.
Like, I understand why they want to go there because the mobile market is ripe. You know, there's always room for mobile games. They have the mobile in with Hearthstone, and they're trying to put Diablo 3 on everything, or Diablo on everything right now. And Immortal will be a full-fledged Diablo experience. I get it. Nobody asked for this, though.
Well, I think the problem with that is that it's a reskinned Tennyson game.
Right.
It's not really Diablo from the ground up. It's just, oh, here's a game that already exists. We're going to slap, Diablo stuff on it. I think that was one of the things that was kind of fueling that negative reaction. Now, I was going to argue because we had all of this stuff coming from so-called journalists on the web about how terrible it was, the fans' disappointment and reactions and everything to it. And I was going to argue, well, it's kind of justified because Blizzard was teasing for so long. They were teasing that they were going to have a Diablo announcement, but I didn't realize that they said temper your expectations. So that makes me kind of rethink my argument here.
Well, they had said... I'm sorry, I'm trying to plug in my headphones so doesn't lose battery here. So I'm talking off mic here, so hello. But they basically they didn't say that. They were very ambiguous with their words.
Okay.
And I think that the fan base just sort of jumped to conclusions, as they well might, and just think there's no way they would, forsake us on the PC and on the consoles. They'll make a Diablo 4. It's coming. Diablo 4 is coming, people. They just went a different way and tried something new, and they're getting roasted for it.
I think it's remarkable how tone-deaf Blizzard has been, though. I mean, how can they not learn lessons when you had the famous "Please Be Excited" meme? Remember that first PlayStation experience back in 2014 when the president of Square Enix comes out and he's like, okay, we got something to show you, and you're going to like this a lot. And then the lights fade out, and we start seeing a trailer for Final Fantasy VII, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is it. Final Fantasy VII Remake, what we've always wanted, it's happening. And as the trailer goes on, it's just Final Fantasy VII. And then he's like, please be excited. And we're like, no, we won't be excited.
Look, I will argue that point. I don't think they're tone deaf. And I say that because their games from top to bottom are some of the most played, the most loved, the most streamed games on the market.
In the past, look at WoW. But how about now?
To this day, WoW is still the standard bearer for MMOs. WoW is the gold standard. Hearthstone is the gold standard for card games for the relative noobs. I don't want to say it like that. The ones who don't play Magic the Gathering. Who like Hearthstone is the one that's easily accessible. Heroes of the Storm is the perfect MOBA for those who don't want to play Dota 2, who don't want to get overwhelmed. Overwatch is close to a perfect game as you can get.
I'll agree with that.
StarCraft 2 is still a big name in the RTS genre. So, sure, they made a bad move by putting this on the stage. Overall, the keynote was lackluster. But and Diablo 3 is a perfect point-and-click RPG, action RPG style game that people can go back to.
It wasn't, though. It wasn't for a while.
Right. But their games currently are still some of the best games of their genre on the market. So I don't think they're tone deaf. I think they just need another hit. They need a refreshed hit. And I think Diablo 4 will do that. Immortal will not.
I just feel that it was tone deaf to put this Diablo announcement as the headline, your closing act of this conference. I think if they had shifted it a little bit, had this come and then it's like, now we can close it out with, Warcraft 3 remastered or, the WoW remastered thing, the original WoW remastered. Close the show out with one of those two, and I think it would have more positive reactions.
Or at least they showed the new not really an expansion, but the next big piece of World of Warcraft. It's a whole new land. I forget what it's called now. I'm gonna find it here real quick. Tides of Vengeance will launch on December 11th. There's a new update with new content and a new land to explore. If you end with that and say, hey, we're adding more content to the best MMO on the market, then you can. But yeah, it was a placement of. Here's Diablo Immortal for your phone.
Yeah.
That's where they lost it.
Yeah, that was bad. I wonder how much, say, Tencent had, because that's who made the game. They're a huge company in China, and I wonder how much say that their partner Tencent had in the placement of that announcement at BlizzCon.
Oh, Tencent's huge, and because they basically they're the Chinese version of Steam, because that's how I got my Monster Hunter Online is through Tencent. Because the game's only available in China, but yeah, they have something to do with PUBG as well. Huh. They're huge, so it's kind of cool to see them get involved in this. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. But yeah, BlizzCon overall, the keynote was it was meh, and we really haven't had a good, awesome keynote probably since Overwatch got announced, or the Battle for Azeroth expansion stuff. But I don't know, their games are still among the best on the market, so it's. They can do what they want to, and fans will be fans.
Do you think people's expectations for press conferences industry-wide is kind of getting out of control?
Yes. Yes, and I think it's because we're in the age of social media. We're in the age of everybody leaking things and people believing everything they read. People believe everything they see on the internet anymore. And it's like, oh, they're going to announce this. Okay, great. Here's my expectation. I saw this. Now I'm really stoked for this. And they get bummed for an announcement that never existed in the first place.
Sure.
Like, people get unreal expectations and then get upset when they don't do it. They take it out on the company. And it's getting out of hand.
I think for me, what has kind of affected my view of press conferences was E3 2015 from Sony, when you had Final Fantasy VII Remake announced, Last Guardian re-announced, Horizon Zero Dawn announced, and Shenmue 3, like all these bombshells. So it changed the perception for fans in the industry, where they felt that, hey, any dream we have is really possible now. Mm-hmm. And it was awesome that Sony was able to do that, but we still haven't seen all those games out. Shenmue 3 is still not out till next year. Final Fantasy VII Remake is,
might happen.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Final Fantasy, just real quick, I won't waste too much time on it.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, but just yesterday they had like a big 2-year anniversary event for Final Fantasy 15. So, they had a big press conference and all this. And instead of like a big celebration, it was like, hey, remember all that DLC we promised you? Well, we're canceling most of it except for one. And oh, by the way, the director of the game has left the company.
Yeah.
Please be excited.
Yeah, please be excited.
Yeah, Tabata left. October 31st was his last day. They canceled everything but episode Arden from Final Fantasy 15. So that'll be coming out in March. And then they say that's it. That's the end of the line for Final Fantasy 15 updates. They also announced like a multiplayer thing is happening as well, and a crossover event with Final Fantasy 14. That's all well and good, but the Final Fantasy 15 journey is over. How crazy is it that Tabata has left, though? What happened here? Oh, and they lost $30 million.
Right. I don't know, man. This kind of came out of nowhere. Now, first of all, I didn't know they were still doing deals here for a game this old.
It's only 2 years old.
Well, but
it feels ancient in today's fast-paced society.
And FF15 was still, the hardcore fans of the series still were kind of warming up to it still. Like, it took a while for people to get used to this. Sure. It's a different style game. Yeah, that multiplayer stuff, the Comrades stuff, that's available in all the Royal Editions, I think it is. They're doing a standalone version of that for PS4, Xbox One, I guess.
Yep.
Which is cool. That thing was cool. I played some on PC and it was pretty cool. I don't know. This just seems like there's a bigger issue with Square Enix than we're led to believe.
That's what has me a little bit worried. What's actually going on with Square Enix at this point? Because it doesn't seem like they're able. Octopath. It doesn't seem like they're able to get their act together here. Octopath Traveler was a real great success for them. I think that's done really well. But it feels like they're more ambitious titles. They just can't seem to get these things together. Kingdom Hearts 3 is taking forever. We're finally going to see that in January. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think they had to scrap everything that they did on that and kind of restart from scratch. And that's going to move over to PlayStation 5 for sure.
Right. Like, do we think that they're doing this to say, hey, stop focusing on this stuff. Let's get all of our efforts, all of our funds, all of our resources onto Kingdom Hearts 3, FF7 Remake, FF14, because that's still a thing going on. Mm-hmm. The future FF16. Like, are they saying let's stop this now? We were too ambitious. Stop this now. It's too we're beating the dead horse here. Let's get all our resources on the big games coming out so we can kind of rebuild the brand.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes me really wonder what direction Final Fantasy 16 will take. Will it be, one of these grandiose technological marvels that Square Enix has been pushing since Final Fantasy VII back in 1997? Or are they gonna look at the success of Octopath, the modest success of that, and say, you know what, maybe we can scale this back a little bit and produce something a little bit closer to the roots of Final Fantasy, but something that can still be successful. I mean, do we really need multi-million-dollar cutscenes in Final Fantasy anymore?
No, but the fans expect that anymore. Like those cutscenes, I put the Final Fantasy cutscenes and the Blizzard cutscenes on the same level as far as just production value. I would even put the Black Ops 4 cutscenes up there as well. They're really good. And at some point, that's your meal ticket. That's what you're known for. But at the same time, you can cut that back and put your own Square Enix spin on it. I think a lot of the future of Square Enix will depend on Kingdom Hearts 3. It's going to sell well, but will it be received well?
That's a really good question, and I don't know. I think it's going to be a solid game, but I don't know if it's going to be, worth 6 years of waiting.
Right. Like how much of a wait is too much of a wait to have too high of expectations? Look at Duke Nukem Forever. I know, different games.
Yeah, a little bit of a different situation there.
But that game was hyped and stop for over a decade with about 5 or 6 different studios touching it. Came out. There's no way that game could have lived up to the hype of what it could have been and what it was. is Kingdom Hearts 3 in that same conversation of it's been promised for so long, we keep starting and stopping. Is it possible to go up to the hype level?
I think it's still possible to get up to the hype level. Like we said, whether or not Kingdom Hearts does or not, that remains to be seen. I don't think it quite hits that hype, but I still think the game's going to be really solid. It's going to be like a 7.5 to 8.5 game, I would imagine, unless something went terribly right or terribly wrong. But yeah, it gets harder and harder to hit those expectations. I think with Kingdom Hearts, as time has gone on, maybe people's hype has lowered a little bit. You know what I mean? Because they have been waiting so long and people start getting skeptical. I know that's happened with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Sure.
I think the hype has definitely dropped for that game. People still want it for sure, but I don't think people are like insanely hyped about it like they would have been, back in 2016, like a year after it was announced.
But at least with the Kingdom Hearts, they keep putting out those collections. They put out the
Sure.
PS3 1.5, 2.5. I got the PS4 1.5, 2.5. It's got the 3DS game on it with the cutscene and stuff. So
Lauren got that as well, like that and the 2.8.
Right, but so at least they're doing enough to keep the fire stoked. They're doing the bit to keep the embers burning, if you will. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII is a whole different beast. But yeah, we'll just see, because that January is coming up sooner than we wanted to believe it is.
Yeah, all we can really do is wait and see. I think it's going to be a good game, and hopefully it'll end up on the Switch S, and hopefully Sora from Kingdom Hearts 3 will end up in Smash. That would be awesome.
We should, at some point before Smash comes out, we should predict the 6 fighters coming to
I was wanting
Smash.
to do that tonight, but I think we're running a little short on time.
Yeah, and plus we want to have Justin involved in that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Fallout 76 the beta happened recently, was not being received well. You are thinking it's going to be a big flaming pile of nuclear turds.
I think the reviews... I think this is going to be like Star Wars Episode 8. The reviewers are going to get...
Wow.
No, here's what I think. The reviewers are going to get paid by Bethesda, just as all the professional critics, they get paid off from Disney. Seriously. And they're going to say, oh, it's a solid game. And they're going to gloss over its faults. And then the fans are going to crap all over it. And the truth will be told from the fans. And let people know that it's probably going to be the most disappointing game of the year, I think. Some of the stuff that I'm hearing as far as bugs go are insane. It's basically they took Fallout 4 and they put some online code on it, and they really did not think about what they were doing. So basically, you can go into the online code and find everybody's IP address, and you can like kick them offline.
Yeah.
How is a multi-billion-dollar company like Bethesda producing a game where it's that hackable?
That's how you get nuked.
Yeah, it's a joke.
I saw a bug on the PC version. I didn't play it, but I was reading. I think Kotaku did a article on this, where a bug will delete the beta.
Yeah, I saw that. It deletes the beta, and then I think it deletes like other games that are in your libraries.
Like, wow. Holy crap.
You will play me and only me. Oh, no, you're not even going to play me anymore.
I'm interested in this because I want to see the chaos that it brings. But
from what I'm hearing, it's a game that definitely needs more time in the can, and maybe just needs to get flushed down the can.
It's coming out next Wednesday.
It's going to be a disaster. I really feel it's going to be a disaster.
That's a weird time to release a game on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it is actually.
But the game of that week, the day before, the 13th, is Hitman 2, and I'm looking forward to that more so than Fallout. But I'm sure at some point I'll play Fallout just to kind of see what the noise is about.
It feels really weird that Square Enix dropped that studio. I don't feel that they need to.
It does. Especially because Hitman 2 is going to be great. Reviews coming out, people are loving it. The videos are coming out, people are playing it and really enjoying it. Plus, if you have the Hitman 1 content, you can play that in Hitman 2 with the revamped graphics and mechanics. So if you have Hitman 1 content, that will work in the Hitman 2 universe as well. So
let's see here. I'm showing right now reviews are coming in for Hitman. It's between 82 and 83 right now.
Yeah.
82 on Metacritic and 83 on the much preferred OpenCritic.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Reviewing well.
Yep, reviewing well. Kind of makes like IGN gave it 7.7, but IGN hasn't been that legitimate in a long time. GameSpot 8 out of 10, whatever. So anyway, it's pulling in decent reviews.
Also, Origin just notified me it finished downloading Battlefield 5.
Holy buckets.
I could play that right now if I wanted to.
Holy buckets. If you're not... Man, that should be the next thing.
That game comes out November 20th. Unless you have EA Origin Access Premier, you can play it right frickin' now, as I probably will at some point.
Actually, that's what you should do after this stream. You should hop on to your channel over at twitch.tv/Jefferoth.
Oh!
Play a little Battlefield 5, and then if you pop me in on Skype, I might watch you while you play and just do a little commentary with you.
Well, for sure they're having this weekend. I don't know about tonight to do it to work tomorrow. But,
okay. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
This weekend for sure will be happening.
All right, I'm in.
All right.
Main event time!
Microsoft has their big event in Mexico City this weekend in Microsoft X018. Basically, their version of the PlayStation experience is happening down in Mexico City. They're running unopposed. Do you see how I made the election reference? Anyway, what big preview event? It's happening on Saturday, our time around noon-ish?
Let's see. It is going to be at 3 p.m. Central.
Okay.
So 3 to 5 is what they're saying.
3 to 5 Central on the East Coast. It is 4 to 6. What are we predicting we're going to see? I'm assuming we're going to see some Halo Infinite stuff. The big question was, do we see the next Xbox? I don't think so.
No, I don't think we see the next Xbox yet. I think they might talk about it a little bit, but I don't think we actually see it quite yet. I don't think we see Halo Infinite. I know we're going to see some Crackdown 3 finally.
Okay.
They did talk
That's coming
about
out
that.
in February, supposedly in February.
Yeah. They also said they're going to talk about Sea of Thieves, which it feels like they're talking way too much about Sea of Thieves. That game just did not resonate with me.
I feel like it died a little bit. I think their main event will be talking about their streaming service.
I think you're right. I think they will talk a lot about their streaming service. Of course, that's going to go up against Project Stream from Google, which is still in beta right now, and I need to play some more of that and get an article on that. But yeah, I think you're onto something there. I think that's what they're really going to focus on as far as like next gen news goes. They will probably, if that's what the route that they go, they'll probably announce like what the name is and beta dates and things like that, which will be awesome. I really want to see it. Want to hear more about it. What else? But yeah, as far as surprises go, we know that old Papa Phil is going to be popping in here.
A new Conquer game.
You know what? I don't know. That is a really good question. I'm hoping we get a look at Battletoads. I'm hoping we get a look at Ori and the Blind Forest 2. That would be nice.
Yeah. Gears 5. They'll talk Gears 5.
Yeah, they're going to talk a lot about Gears 5 because Mexico is all Gears all the time. Gears is their thing down there. So
I should play more Gears 4. Didn't you mention that Games Pass is coming to PC?
Games Pass is coming to PC. They said they were going to announce, what was it, like, I want to say 12 new titles for Games Pass? Something. They were going to announce a lot of Games Pass stuff, basically.
Will they dive into that this weekend?
Yes, they will definitely talk about that. I don't think we're going to see a lot as far as megatons go. They're going to announce the acquisition of a studio, or maybe 2 studios, probably. The smart money is on Obsidian. That rumor has been out there for a while. And actually, I think that's pretty much a lock. Yeah. I saw their last game, Pillars of Eternity 2, only sold like 100,000 copies. So they are in dire straits.
Which is sad because people love that old style RPG point and click and pause style game. I think PC gamers loved that, but I think it did not appeal to the console crowd. And I think if they purchase Obsidian, they will help them focus on the console gaming as well.
I wonder what happened with that, because Pillars of Eternity was a success, and that was a crowdfunded game.
Yep.
I was reading about that, an extraordinary story in Jason Schreier's book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, which I picked up to read on the plane rides to and from Florida. So
Nice.
been going through that. Great read. If you haven't picked up that book, definitely go grab it. It's really cheap over at Barnes & Noble. Probably
Jason, come on the podcast. We'll discuss your book.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. So yeah, Pillars of Eternity did really well. So it's a surprise that Pillars of Eternity 2 has sold like a fraction of what the original game did. So studios cannot survive and thrive on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm betting Obsidian gets announced as being an acquisition. I think we might see one other studio though.
I'm with you. It seems like some indie studio will get picked up as well. And we want to think Capcom. It's not indie. I know it's not indie studio. We had said Capcom. I don't think they get Capcom.
I'm starting to think not as well. I think that would be a huge coup for Microsoft if they were able to do that, because they definitely need some Japanese help.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's in the cards. But Capcom, do you think Capcom might have a little tasty something for Microsoft?
Master Chief and Soul Calibur 6 on Xbox? What? No, I'm just kidding.
No. I don't know.
Like what? Like,
you and I both touched on this at the beginning of the year.
Darkstalkers?
Darkstalkers.
Huh.
I think if any franchise makes sense for Microsoft to go and wield a dump truck full of money up to Capcom's door, I think it would make sense for them to say, "Hey, Darkstalkers," or
Rival Schools.
I would love Rival Schools a lot more than Darkstalkers, but I think
Me too.
Darkstalkers would play more in the fighting game community. But with that being said, there's one franchise that I think would be even bigger that could be an Xbox exclusive, and I think that's Dino Crisis.
Sure.
What if that comes back? What if Dino Crisis gets announced as a Microsoft exclusive from Capcom at X018 this weekend?
Capcom versus Microsoft. Could you imagine Ryu versus Master Chief, or Ryu versus Marcus Phoenix?
I don't have an attachment to Microsoft characters.
But yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to see. What if Dead Rising 5?
That doesn't mean much to me. Yeah.
Sure, but what if that was there? Like, what if they announced Dead Rising 5?
I don't think they will. That studio got shut down from Capcom.
I thought they shut down something. They shut down Infinite so they can work on Dead Rising 5.
Maybe I'm mistaken on that. Maybe I'm just associating Dead Rising 5 with whatever got shut down. What if Obsidian gets acquired? What do you think will be a title that they would be working on?
Alpha Protocol 2.
Oh, I was going to say Microsoft will stick them on Fable.
Ooh.
No, but they won't. I'm sorry. The Forza studio is doing that one. The Forza Horizon studio. Yeah, Playground.
Huh. Interesting.
So Alpha Protocol 2.
Alpha Protocol 2 would be cool if they did that. Of course, Obsidian is, of course, a big RPG company. They made Fallout New Vegas. And, of course, they did a bunch of the Pillars of Eternity, a bunch of the old school RPGs. Jade Empire 2.
Oh, yeah. That would be sweet.
Yeah. Or what if they, I guess, Syndicate. I was thinking Syndicate, that's EA. As a fun little first-person shooter. But yeah, I think, you go that route, or some RPG, obviously. But Alpha Protocol 2, Jade Empire 2, or some other RPG. Of course, Jade Empire is BioWare.
Right.
So you had to put that to that as well. But I wonder if they still own those rights. But I don't know.
Huh. That is a good question. Do you think we see anything from Ninja Theory? I know they were just purchased by Microsoft, but do we get a little teaser on what they're working on?
Now, Ninja Theory did what is that game?
Hellblade.
Thank you, Hellblade Sacrifice.
Senua's Sacrifice.
I don't think a sequel is coming for that just yet. I think it's too
No.
soon for a sequel. But I imagine we'll see what they're working on next. Probably not a proper gameplay trailer, but like at least a reveal trailer, a name, a CGI trailer. Who knows?
What if they put Ninja Theory on an IP that was killed off, but the copyright was renewed?
Was
Scalebound.
it Scalebound? Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say the one that was killed recently. Um,
because they kicked
boy,
Platinum off of that one, but yet they canceled the game, but then they renewed the IP.
yeah. Hmm.
So they want to keep it
Ooh,
alive for some reason.
ooh.
Yeah.
What if Ninja Theory is working on a new Phantom Dust?
There you go, dude. Yeah, they were supposed to do that Phantom Dust game back, what, in 2014 they announced that? But just never materialized.
Oh, well, Phantom Dust got a HD remake um, for PC and Xbox One. But what if Ninja Theory working on a new Phantom Dust?
I could see that. Haha, that's intriguing.
If I'm correct, mark that down.
You
If
got it.
if I'm not, blame Justin.
You got Oh, damn it, Justin. Come on. Justin, I don't trust your wires.
He's always wrong.
They're going to talk Sea of Thieves. Is this weekend finally going to be the date where we see Sea of Thieves show up on Nintendo Switch? Will Survive Together finally start manifesting itself?
I just want a good single player experience with Sea of Thieves. Like Sea of Thieves has so much potential, but I don't have a lot of friends who play that, and I don't want to get lumped into randos. So I would love a solo pirate experience in that game. And I just don't have that. I've not played it since launch,
Uh-huh.
but it's disappointing to me because it had so much potential, and I'm bummed by it.
Gotcha.
So hopefully they. I would love more of a single player thing, but I might be asking too much.
Do you think a heavy hitter like Valve shows up?
Ooh. Well, they have their big card game coming out on PC, Mac, and Linux on November 28th, Artifact. Where they say, hey, by the way, Artifact coming first to Xbox One.
Wow.
I don't know. Like, it's. Half-Life 3 confirmed. No. I don't think Valve shows up. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think they do. I think EA might have a presence there, though.
Really? What do you think they might have?
Jin Empire 2.
I don't know about that. I think you've got a better chance of THQ Nordic showing up with a new Time Splitters or a Time Splitters remake. Yeah, I would love that.
No, WWE All-Stars 2. Like, something big has to happen, right? Because they wouldn't announce this thing unopposed, just say, hey, everyone look at us, we're showing off something big. They wouldn't do this unless something big was happening.
Well, what do you think? What dream big for me?
Dream big for you. I think for me, they'll show the first gameplay of Halo Infinite. Like, that would be a big thing for people to see, because we've not seen a Halo game since 5 Guardians. And that was several years ago. So I think showing off gameplay, or at least something story-wise, of Halo Infinite to kind of end this part of this trilogy, the sexology, whatever you want to call it, a 6-story mode. I think that would be big.
I don't know. I don't know if we've seen Halo Infinite. I thought they said something about it not being there, but I might be mistaken.
Killer Instinct 2.
Gosh darn it, dude! I was gonna say that. I would really like to see a new Killer Instinct.
But at this point, like what this year has taught us is that don't look forward to the games coming out. Look forward to the generation. Look forward to the hardware, not the software. Because the PS5 is next year.
Yep.
The Switch Pro is next year.
Yep.
The Xbox streaming service is coming out. We have to assume the next Xbox is coming out relatively soon, probably 2020. They're not focusing right now on the software. They're focusing on the hardware, how you get your games.
Exactly.
So they're going to show off their streaming service, and I think that's gonna be their big thing. And for me, I dream big. Yeah, the stuff I was rambling off there for game wise would be great, but realistically, they won't announce that. They'll announce the hardware stuff.
I'm going to temper my expectations. I've been dreaming a little bit too big this year, I think. So I'm going to try and pull back, and I think we're going to get... It's a 2-hour broadcast, so we're probably going to get 30 minutes on some dopey Sea of Thieves event. And we're going to get 30 minutes on Crackdown 3, and it's still not going to convince everyone. And then 45 minutes into it, Major Nelson will put on the white gloves. They'll talk a little bit about their streaming service, I believe.
Yep.
And talk a lot of Gears 5, and then Half-Life 3 will get announced.
Oh, oh.
I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that'll happen.
Don't do it to me.
But I think there's a good chance we'd see something like Killer Instinct 2, or maybe an exclusive from Capcom, either Darkstalkers 4 or Dino Crisis. And I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance we see something like Sea of Thieves show up for the Switch, and who knows, maybe like Bayonetta show up for Xbox. Maybe they do a cross, or maybe we see something like the first Smash DLC announced. Maybe we see Steve from Minecraft or Banjo-Kazooie.
Sure.
I don't know.
What if Master Chief shows up in Smash?
I don't think that'll happen. I
know, but what if that happened?
Well, we got to remember, everyone was talking about Banjo showing up in Smash, but we do already have that rare collaboration in Smash with King K. Rool. That was a rare developed character, so
right.
It's already happening.
Joanna Dark in Smash.
That would be cool. I would personally prefer that, but I think we'd see Banjo first. I also still think we see a new Conker. We're going to get a new Conker. Damn it. This is
Xbox exclusive, a new Blood Rain.
That would be cool. All right. Do you think it's more likely that we see a new Conker this year at X018 or a new Banjo-Kazooie?
Probably Conker.
Conker?
Just because, Banjo-Kazooie is still relatively fresh in our minds because Nuts and Bolts came out on the Xbox 360. They had both Banjo and Banjo-Tooie on that rare replay, but they also had Conker on that as well. So but I think it's time for a proper new Conker, especially now that Lucky's Tale has ruined you.
Destroyed my life. Everything was going well in my life until Super Lucky's Tale was revealed.
Super Lucky's Tale 2.
All right, any final predictions for X018? I am predicting... I'm going to go with Conker. Conker gets revealed. I'm going to say Killer Instinct 2 gets revealed.
Okay.
I'm going to say... Okay, let me write this down. So, Dave...
Right. We're doing this game now, too?
Yeah.
Of course, you can catch, at least Dave will be live streaming his reactions to Microsoft X018 live Saturday at 3 o'clock. What time are you going live?
Probably 2:30 if I'm flying solo.
There you go. At Twitch.tv.
Hours a lot of space to fill when you're all alone.
It starts at 3, doesn't it?
Yep.
So
3 Central. So 4 Eastern.
So some people of us will be live streaming our reactions to Microsoft X018 on this very channel. I'm going to go all in and say, because I convinced myself, Phantom Dust 2.
All right.
Because how cool would that be? And I'm betting we're going to see something on Halo Infinite.
All right. Got it down. These are locked in.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's move on. I think it's closing time.
Begin the home stretch. We have both been playing some Red Dead Redemption 2. I played a lot more than you have. You said it's quite slow, but as someone who was a few hours in, how are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling generally really good about Red Dead 2. The only thing that I'll say is I love RPG stuff, but I feel like this game is a little bit too heavy on some of the RPG elements. I'd like to see it toned down just a little bit.
Sure.
I think it's really annoying to have to worry about eating and my stamina and the horse's stamina and all of that stuff. This isn't Legend of Zelda. It's Red Dead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, the game's phenomenal. It's a really cool game. It feels a little bit more like a chore to play right now than I was expecting.
Let that sink in for a little bit. Early on, it's not to take in at first, but once you get into Chapter 2, Chapter 3, you'll get into it. And it took me a bit to get into it, but once I did, I still am all in.
Right, like I said, I'm like 4 or 5 hours. I just completed like the mission where he and Lenny get drunk in the bar. That's all I'll say about it.
Oh, that's great. The first bar fight?
No, this isn't the first bar fight.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is after that.
All right, I know where you were. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I know where you were.
You get like the first. I'll spoil this. You get like Arthur is like really drunk, and you like get like a blackout, and then he comes back, and he's like it's in first person mode, and he's taking a piss, and it's
hilarious. Great because everybody has the same has Lenny's face. Okay, sorry.
Nah, don't go that far. But
no, I love it. I just love how drunk. Lenny.
Yeah.
Lenny.
How do you like Arthur over John Marston?
I like Arthur a lot. I think John Marston was kind of too milk toast for me. I compare last week. I said if Red Dead Redemption 1 was more of the John Wayne spaghetti western, and Red Dead 2 is more of the Clint Eastwood, like Unforgiven, like that kind of. I like that. Nothing wrong with John Marston, especially in this game. I like how Marston is in this game, but I just prefer Arthur Morgan as a character over John Marston.
Gotcha.
But
I haven't gotten to that point yet, but you're a lot farther than I am, and I'm holding out my judgment until I get a little bit farther in.
Voice acting, top to bottom, fantastic.
Yes. Sound effects, fantastic.
Soundtrack is amazing.
Soundtrack is great. Visuals are great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the sunrises and sunsets are gorgeous.
Yep.
Okay, this month, what are you most looking forward to? So we have games like... we have Hitman 2, we have SNK 4th Anniversary, we have Spyro Trilogy, Fallout 76, we have Battlefield 5, we have Darksiders 3, we have Artifact. What are you looking forward to the month of November?
Really, out of all those, I'd say SNK 40th Anniversary is the one that would trip me. But yeah, beyond that, I'm done buying like new releases.
Until Smash.
Yeah. Well, Smash is still iffy for me, but I just want to sit down and finish Spider-Man and finish Red Dead Redemption and finish God of War. Maybe pick up Smash. Maybe try and get good at Soul Calibur. And then pick up a bunch of stuff that's on sale for Black Friday, like Dragon Quest XI, like $30 at Best Buy. I really want to get that. I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is going to be on sale. I want to see it at Walmart for about $30, so I wouldn't mind picking that up as well. So,
and of course, your everybody's hub for Black Friday deals will be right here at NerdBacon.com. We keep our Black Friday deals article updated with the latest and greatest deals for your holiday shopping needs.
So here's the thing: for those of you who haven't, this is like the 4th year that I've done this. And what I do, it's like any Black Friday ad. I'm showing you what the deals are. I go through each of these ads and show you what are the big titles that are on sale. But the unique thing that I do is I will post the relevant pages of that ad in the article so you can see it for yourself and you don't have to go thumbing through 700 pages of Walmart's, every crappy thing that Walmart has on sale to get to the good stuff that you want to see. I've done that for you already. So if you just want to see the games on sale right there, boom, just click on the image.
Great.
Yeah. Public service.
For me this month, I already have Battlefield 5 loaded up, ready to go. So I'm looking forward to playing some of that. Darksiders 3 has my attention, just because the first two games were Legend of Zelda-like. I want to look into Darksiders 3. Artifact really interests me as somebody who's a big card game fan, huge Hearthstone fan. I'm getting into Magic the Gathering. Artifact looks really cool. I want to see what Valve does with that. But Hitman 2 has my full attention because Hitman 1 was so good. What do they do with that? But yeah, I'm with you. Like my big buying month was October.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get Smash Day 1 because I will play a lot of Smash, but Other than that, I'm pretty much done for 2018.
Yeah, I got new game fatigue. There's so many games coming out in the first quarter of 2019.
This thing over here that I'll hold on camera has taken up a lot of my time. This steelbook is so sexy, dude.
Steelbook is so that sexy. Is nice.
It's so sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, and the inside has a bunch of pictures and 2 discs, but it's so sexy.
I was gonna say one thing I did pick up. I got a couple of coupons from GameFly, so I decided to keep Shadow of the Tomb Raider because it was about the Black Friday price.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's another one that's on my list that I gotta finish for this year. With that being said, let's end this podcast so we can go play games.
Agreed. So, thank you all for watching the podcast. Of course, you can check NerdBacon.com not only for our big article of our favorite game of the past 5 years, but also we got reviews coming up. I'm going to review Soul Calibur 6 and how the PC servers are still complete ass.
Really?
It's really bad, dude. I have not tried recently, but last stream I did was like about 2 weeks ago, and the servers were still bunk on the PC. So hopefully they have fixed that, because Soul Calibur 6 is a great game,
really
except the multiplayer aspect of things. Anyway, NerdBacon.com, we have a bunch of articles up there right now, including our favorite game of the past 5 years, as well as our Black Friday deals, and we'll have reviews coming up, news coming up. We will be covering Microsoft X018 as well, and our thoughts about that. Are we going to try to do the podcast every Thursday now, or Tuesday, or we're going to just try to gauge the reaction of the audience?
I think we're just going to gauge the reaction of the audience. We haven't decided yet.
Great. Comment on this, like this stuff, subscribe to us on our various sites, on Twitch, on Mixer, on YouTube, on the Spotify, on everything. Let us know what you think about all this. We want your feedback. Don't be dicks. Thank you all for watching the podcast this week from NerdBacon.com. I am Jeff Roth.
I'm Dave the Watchman.
Don't forget to follow myself on twitch.tv/JeffRoth and Twitter @JeffRoth. And, of course, Dave the Watchman's on Twitter @Dave the Watchman. And, of course, he streams right here at twitch.tv/NerdBacon as well, where he will be this weekend live covering Microsoft X018.
That's right. Come keep me company, for God's sakes.
Yeah, see what it's like being solo for a while, Dave. I'm the one that's doing it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We will catch you all next week for the Nerd Bacon podcast. Stay awesome and game tasty.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.